There are so many ways that you can enjoy the spring season without spending any money at all. So, if you're on a tight budget and you don't want to be thinking about all of the things that you need to go buy for spring, then this video is going to give you some ideas on bringing the season into your home without blowing your budget or spending unnecessary money. Through those winter months, our homes get kind of stagnant, and there's a lot of dust and things that we need to deal with in the spring. And so, taking down any curtains or blinds is something that you can do to freshen up your space. And I'm taking mine off. I'm going to give them a really good wash, and then I'm going to hang them on the line to dry outside. Spring is always a really tough season for us on the farm because it's our startup and a lot of our money goes into that. And so I am always looking for frugal ways to do things. And putting your energy into cleaning the home is a really great place to go because it doesn't cost anything and your home feels so refreshed afterwards. And let's be honest, if this step isn't taken care of, you can go buy as much stuff as you want, and it's still not going to look good in your home if it's not clean. So, cleaning the windows is another thing that you can do because, you want to have a nice view of outside. And if you live in a climate like I do where you get snow, it's near impossible to clean the outside of your windows in the wintertime. And so the spring is the perfect time to get out there and give a good scrub from the inside out. I'm a really big fan of vintage books, especially homemaking vintage books and cookbooks. And I've read a lot about laundry. And laundry was pretty much an art form. There was so many ways and tips and tricks on removing stains. And a lot of the formulations for washing your laundry was natural ingredients or homemade recipes. But one of the things that I learned was the power of the sun. The sun has magical properties to not only bleach and whiten your laundry, but it can also disinfect. So hanging your laundry outside, if you have the space, is wonderful, and it also smells so good. Over the course of the winter months, cobwebs are something that in the darkness of winter you don't see so much, but as soon as the sun comes and it illuminates everything, it's very visible. And so this is a great time to get at them. I found this sort of cleaning tool at the thrift store one day, and I've been using it as sort of a arm extension so that I don't have to get up on a chair, and this just makes it so much quicker. Now, I definitely have a lot of cobwebs in this old farmhouse, and we also have a lot of alive spiders, so I have to be careful while doing this. This old ventilation grate is very dirty, almost embarrassingly so. But this is just what happens to a home over the winter months when you're not paying attention to these areas. And so spring is just the perfect time to give your home this magical touch, this refresh, and no amount of spending money will give you what a little bit of elbow grease will. Spring is also the perfect time to begin opening up your windows every single day for about half an hour, maybe an hour, and start airing out your home. Because over those winter months, we don't do this, and your home just gets so stuffy, and freshening it up just feels so good. There is something called solar cleaning. The power of the sun's rays can do so much for any types of household articles. The sun and heat can rid items of bed bugs, dust mites, mold and mildew, and you can boost the power of the sun by spraying items with vinegar or lemon juice. And some of the items that can benefit from the sun's rays are things like sheets, pillows, comforters, rugs, clothing, stuffed animals, upholstery, mattresses, and even plastic items like this garbage can. And so I am taking this out on a sunny day, and I'm giving this garbage can a really good scrub down. And I could just go buy a brand new garbage can and take this one to the dump. But if you want to live a frugal life, then taking care of what you already have is so important. And so I'm cleaning this, I'm scrubbing it down, and I'm going to let the sun do its work. For just 30 to 60 minutes a day of putting things out in the sun, you can do some old-fashioned solar cleaning. The next thing on my list of ways that you can bring spring into your home as a homemaker is presenting yourself in such a way that brings joy to others. And so taking care of your looks and the way that you dress can really bring joy to those around you, as well as to yourself. Consider wearing more pinky tones this time of year. I have this cheek and lip tint by Marcel that I've really been enjoying. And just taking good care of yourself, drinking more water, getting more exercise. I always think that as a homemaker, you're the one setting the tone for others around you. And you don't have to spend any money to do this. You just need to take better care of yourself and think about the way that you're presenting yourself to the world and to your family. Consider lightening up your wardrobe by wearing more pastel shades this time of year. And if, like me, you like to put clothing away for other seasons, this doesn't have to cost anything. You can just pull it out when the time comes. I thought I would share this little unboxing in this video. This is 2 headscarves that I ordered from Garlands of Grace, and I've ordered several of their sort of head wrap, headbands. whatever you want to call them. And this is not a promotion. I just really enjoy having these because as my hair is graying, this really helps in between the times that I do my dyes at my roots. And so I've really enjoyed having these. Now, the downside for me living in Canada is that these are coming from the States. And so it ended up costing quite a bit more than I anticipated for not only the shipping cost and the exchange rate, but it also took a really long time to get to me with the standard shipping. And I don't know that I would continue ordering too much more from them because I think I have enough. But I really have been enjoying this. And these are from their spring collection that they just came out with recently. But you really need to sign up for their newsletter so that you know when they're coming out with their next selection because they do sell out very quickly. Spring is a great time to tuck away all of your winter goods and bring out more light spring touches, like this lace tablecloth. I really think that if you want to live a more sustainable lifestyle, it's really important to tuck away seasonal goods and not continue overbuying and then getting rid of. Now, I really like the idea of going outdoors and collecting things from nature. As I've spent so much time outdoors, playing with plants, touching plants, I am a farmer. I have realized that the things that you buy in the stores, like fake greenery, fake branches, they just don't have the same feeling as something that's real. And so it doesn't cost you anything at all to go outside and collect maybe some budding branches and put them in a vase. I just have a simple mason jar here that I'm going to use as a vase. And nature is just so beautiful. No matter where you live, you can do this. I like to keep a pair of pruners and maybe a basket with me in my vehicle. So if I'm out on a hike or I just happen to stop somewhere where there's something really beautiful, I can stop and just take a few snips, as long as it's not on anyone's private property, of course, and bring it home with me. The next thing is eating seasonally. As I've been farming, I've really gotten into tune with this. But no matter where you live or what your job or career is, you can start eating more seasonally. Some of the items to look for in spring are things like salad greens and spinach, green onions or chives, radishes, peas, asparagus, baby carrots, fresh herbs rather than dried, and berries even if they're not in season. I've decided to try making radish roses. And what you need to do is peel back the skin without completely cutting it off and making about 5 petals. And I could probably do a second layer of petals if I go onto the inside of the radish, but I didn't try that here. This is something I'm not good at yet. I just wanted to give it a try because this would be a great little sort of ornamental touch to your plate. Then you want to put it in cold, icy water for about an hour, and the petals should curl. The other thing is that in nature, chickens start laying more eggs when the light hours start increasing. And so adding more eggs to your diet is another way to eat seasonally. With the ingredients that I bought, I decided to make a quiche and salad for dinner. So I'm starting out the pie dough, and I will put the recipe for my quiche down in the description box below. Living with the rhythms of nature is so powerful. So I highly recommend when you go and do your regular grocery shop, just consider buying more of those seasonal items and including them in your family's meals. And this will naturally sort of be an indication of spring to those around you. In the winter months, we eat a lot of really heavy foods like soups and stews and a lot of root vegetables. And that's great for that season. But when spring comes along, I feel like we naturally feel inclined to start eating more fresh foods, and our body really starts craving it. As homemakers, it's our job to include these seasonal touches into our repertoire. And this can just bring so much happiness and joy to your family by including seasonal menus and decorating your home for spring. But this doesn't mean that you need to go out and spend a whole bunch of money on brand new seasonal items and have the trendiest things. You just need to think about creative ways to implement seasonal touches into your home in other ways. This quiche was thoroughly enjoyed by my family, and it might be the best ones that I've made. It was so delicious. I really hope that today's video gave you some inspiration and some ideas on how to include spring into your home without spending any money at all other than your usual grocery budget. If you're new to my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. I like to share videos on homemaking, frugal living, and an old-fashioned lifestyle. I'll see you guys in next week's video.